Sexually transmitted diseases. He says STDs or other way, venereal diseases. So those are group of communicable diseases which sexual contact is the most important mode of transmission. Here, from throughout the period, there is increasing incidence around the globe. The cost and difficulties in the treatment of the disease and their complications are rising. It is a socio-economical problem as well as it's associated with behavior. So it links to addiction or the self-desire. So also associated with low level of religious values. Increasing age of the marriage also part of problematic factor or risk factor. So when we classify in venereal diseases, we can classify them in based on etiology: viral, bacterial, parasitic, and fungi. Now you know about these organisms. So viral, HIV, human immunodeficiency virus, leads to acquired immune deficiency syndrome, AIDS. Genital herpes simplex, HSV1 and 2. Genital warts, human papilloma virus. There are a lot, 16, 18, 11, likewise 45. There are types. Bacteria syphilis by Trypanosoma pallidum, spirochete. When gonorrhea, Neisseria gonorrhoeae, non-gonococcal urethritis caused by Mycoplasma hominis, Mycoplasma genitalia, chlamydia species. Chancroid, it's caused by Haemophilus ducreyi, non-specific vaginitis. There are a lot. Granuloma inguinale by Klebsiella granulomatis. That's a positive organs. Parasitic, there are trichomonas, vaginalis, and urethritis, scabies, Sarcoptes scabiei, and pediculosis pubis. Fungal, we'll say vaginal trust caused by Candida species. Vulvovaginitis and balanitis, mainly by Candida. Candida is the responsible of positive organism. Common STDs apart from HIV, now chlamydia, gonorrhea, syphilis, Mycoplasma genitalium, HPV, herpes, there are a lot. Syphilis. It is a worldwide disease affecting mainly the age group from 15 to 39 years. There are some word fusion, sorry for that. Recently, it was found to be increasing. Causative organism, Trypanosoma pallidum, it's a spiral one, and it's rapidly killed by dry in high temperature disinfection in soap and water. Reservoir, man is the reservoir. Untreated case is infectious during the primary and secondary stage of the disease, usually for 2 to 4 years. Exit, that's from chain of infection, how it goes, exudate of skin and mucous membranes, blood and body fluids such as semen, saliva, vaginal and cervical discharges. Incubation period is about 21 days, that is roughly 3 weeks. How we transmit? Contact with open lesion, sexual contact. It's the most important, most common mode. Kissing, contact with baby having congenital syphilis, contact with contaminated articles, then congenital infection. So transplant placental from 4th month till delivery. Before the 4th month or 16th week cannot pass the placental barrier. Inoculation, infection, contaminated blood and body fluids, contaminated syringe, needles, and blood transfusion also possible. So it could be a transfusion transmitted infection, TTI. So syphilis can be classified congenital acquired, congenital transmitted from mother to child in utero. First 2 years of life early, and it also may be present as late. Acquired in early syphilis, primary, secondary, and early late. So that's how we classify. Late syphilis or tertiary syphilis, there are defects in neurological, gamma lesions, cardiovascular lesions, gamma and muscular, and latent. But nowadays it's rare. Primary syphilis could be there. Earlier it was difficult in diagnosis probably. So natural history. First 9 to 90 days exposure from can see it develops primary syphilis, and it can go even without noticing, can go for early later in first 2 years, or primary to secondary syphilis, or then that's from exposure to it can develop directly secondary syphilis, while primary syphilis is unnoticeable. Then it go for early latent, and here for first 2 years. From after 2 years of life, it go as it turn as late latent syphilis, 30%. From that, all there gametous lesion, neurosyphilis, and cardiovascular, and also spontaneous key also there in 30%. That's how it goes. That's a naturalist without therapy. So distribution of the organisms, it's mainly, can see these spirochetes. It leads to chancre, visible lesion, lymphatic vessels involvement. It goes to some inguinal lymph nodes. Then it goes and spread to liver, kidneys, skin, and cause secondary syphilis. Here it's a primary stage. It's from even it's CSF. Sorry, it's a tertiary. It goes there. That's how it goes. Primary syphilis, chancre at the port of entry, firm, indurated, it is painless and highly infectious ulcer. Associated with draining lymph node enlargement is there. Spontaneously disappear without treatment after 4 to 6 weeks. You can see the chancre, painless. Secondary lesions are generalized skin rash, patchy lesion of mucous membranes, specifically or the mouth. Involvement of the other parts of the body also possible. Pustular lesions spontaneously disappear within weeks or months, followed after latent period, years by the third stage. So secondary stage also highly infectious. Late symptomatic syphilis, symptomatic one, reappearance of the symptoms characterized by the occurrence of neuro and cardiovascular syphilis. And also it involves other part of the body, gamma, skin and soft tissue involvement, and bone. Diagnosis. History, clinical picture is important. Sexual contact, at the same time index case tracing, those things are very much important. Then goes with the laboratory investigation. We can take a tissue biopsy or swab and look in those exudate lesion in the dark field microscope. Can see lines with these spiral microbes, spirochetes. Then we go for serological tests. Tests there are different. That's one non-treponemal test, and that is non-specific variety, and specific variety, that is the treponemal test. Non-treponemal, what we use venereal disease research laboratory test, VDRL. There are high chance of false positivity. So it told us positive should be confirmed by specific test. For that, we have to go for fluorescent treponema antibody absorption test. So a specific test. Treatment prior to that, how we prevent. As you know, it's general measures: avoid sexual promiscuity, health education to increase awareness, religious and social guidance specifically for youth, convenient family life and supervision of youth life. So what is the treatment? Chemoprophylaxis is given for one dose of 2.4 mega units or million units of long-acting penicillin, that is benzidine penicillin, soon after exposure. It's a prophylaxis. Here, early case finding during survey and health appraisal, premarital and prenatal examination, likewise, measures for cases, notification confidential to local health authority, and isolation not needed, but avoid sexual contact till elimination of infectivity. Once case is there. Disinfection, but precautions with blood and body fluids. Specific treatment. Long-acting penicillin 2.4 mega units or million units in a single dose. IM benzidine penicillin 2.4 mega units. If it is penicillin sensitive patients, okay, that is those who are having hypersensitivity, we can treat with doxycycline 100 milligram 2 times daily for 14 days. Also, once treatment completed, re-examination after that is very much important. Also about contact tracing, contact examination, health education, surveillance, and chemoprophylaxis are mainstay of prevention. Secondary prevention and tertiary. Perhaps secondary mainly. Congenital syphilis, serological testing and treatment, proper handling of baby with congenital syphilis with caution to avoid infection. That's how it goes about the syphilis. Nowadays, tertiary syphilis, early latent syphilis are rare, but second primary syphilis is there. But invention of penicillin, it has drastically reduced. But with the increment of rise of uh, world population, it has anyway increased. But nowadays, it's a manageable at a manageable level. Gonorrhea caused by Neisseria gonorrhea. It is acute infectious sexually transmitted disease which can become chronic if neglected. Chronic role also there. Here, Neisseria gonorrhea, it's a delicate gram-negative intracellular diplococcus that perishes rapidly outside the body. It is in diplococci, but here it is gram-negative and it is intracellular. Okay, it's associated. This is a pus cell. You can see nucleus. Polymorphonuclear leukocyte. So within the pus cell, it is intracellular, you can see Diplococcus. Man is the reservoir. Cases who is infectious for months or years if not treated. Discharge of infectious mucous membrane, that is the exit. Chain of infection, exit. Transmission, direct sexual contact only. Incubation period is 3 to 4 days. Clinical picture, it starts as acute infection and if not promptly treated, it becomes chronic. In males, it comes with urethritis with purulent discharge, while female urethritis and or cervicitis with discharge. Also, it can cause arthritis, pharyngitis, rectal infection, septicemia, endocarditis, or meningitis may occur in both sexes. So you can see it's a child, maybe in adult one also. Lady with the pelvic inflammatory disease, chronic or indolent pain there. You can see it's like pus semen, like discharge. Oral ulcers there. Cervicitis, likewise. Vaginal secretions, penile secretions are there. Diagnosis, again, history and clinical picture. Lab investigation in acute case, demonstration of causative organism from the film of pus taken from the cervix or urethra. Chronic serological tests such as complement fixation tests are there. Here, mainly we can do as a point of care test. That is, when patient is received to us, we can take swab and do gram stain as well as culture. Prevention, it's oral penicillin. We give high units just before and after sexual exposure, like chemoprophylaxis. Treatment, we can give amoxicillin 3 gram orally as a single dose if it is otherwise penicillin, or if it is penicillin resistant strain. Okay, Ceftriaxone 250 IM single dose. Then re-examination after treatment is almost advisable, and we do treatment of test of Q. Another one, we do urethral discharge and do a gram stain and check if the organisms are there. If organisms are not there, we feel it's happy. Other tests also there, like we do PCR, NGCT, Neisseria gonorrhea and Chlamydia trachomatis testing. Both can be tested. That is their cassettes, like GeneXpert for tuberculosis. See also PCR cassettes also there. It's available in Veneral Disease Laboratory in our Sri Lanka, Narayanpeta. But time to time there are other laboratories maybe sending the sample to check, because drug resistant or penicillin resistant varieties are there. So that's how it goes. AIDS, I think you know, it's a life-threatening clinical condition. It affects our immune system and other organ system as well. Causative agent, HIV, human immunodeficiency virus. Two serologically and geographically distinct types there are HIV 1 and 2. HIV 1 in America, Europe, and Sub-Saharan Africa, while 2 is main in West Africa. So you have to know the structure. HIV envelope, HIV enzymes are there, HIV capsid is there, viral RNA there, HIV glycoproteins. So it has specific affinity to T helper or TH or CD4 lymphocytes, which cause in their depletion. Man is the main reservoir. It's exit in blood and body fluid, semen, vaginal secretions, saliva and tears. Period of communicability is so long and variable incubation period. But 50% of those infected develop AIDS but 10 years after infection. So it takes time. One way patient may survive, but it's a deadly disease. Other way, patients or once patient has acquired the condition, he become the vector one way. He also the reservoir. So he can infect multiple persons. Mode of infection, mainly it's sexual contact mainly, but other than that, parenteral infections, likewise contaminated syringe, that means intravenous drug abusers, needles specified IV drug abusers. And also it can be a transfusion transmitted infection. Also it's a perinatal transmission. 25 to 35% of infants born to infected mothers are infected before, during, or short after the birth. It's a terrible thing. So unprotected sex, pregnancy, in IV drug abusers, working in healthcare also at a risk, while we all, and blood transfusion and organ tissue transplantation also has a risk. It is not transmitted by insect bite, toilet seats, kissing, sharing, cutlery, and touching. Non-specific manifestations are there. It can have a simple viral fever, can associate with muscular pain, lymph node swelling, headache, difficulty in concentration, skin rashes, fever, digestive system can appear as vomiting, diarrhea, as well, nail thickening, weight loss, and fatigability. Specific indicator diseases are there. Opportunistic infections like pneumocystis carinio pneumonia, chronic cryptosporidiosis, CNS toxoplasmosis are there. Also associated with dementia and sensory neuropathy, it can indicate. And cancers like Kaposi sarcoma and Hodgkin lymphoma. You have to know HHV 8, HHV 6 likewise, and others, pulmonary extrapulmonary TB, which may be caused by mycobacteria other than tuberculosis. Mycobacterium avium intracellular, it's one. So opportunistic infection, you can see brain, it's Cryptococcus meningitis, toxoplasmosis, eye cytomegalovirus, mouth and throat, cold sores and ulcers, herpes and thrush, candidiasis, esophagus, lungs, histoplasmosis. It's not common in our country, luckily. There is pneumocystic carinine pneumonia, it's there, and TB, it's common. Stomach, cytomegalovirus, again, cryptosporidium, diosis, I think you would have discussed in the parasitology. Mycobacterium avian complex, what I said earlier. Liver, hepatitis C virus. Reproductive system, it can coexist with other STDs like what we are discussing, genital ulcers, human papilloma virus and cervical cancer, menstrual problems, PIDs, UTI, vaginal yeast infection, that is candidiasis. So you can see multiple lesions here. Diagnosis, clinical picture is there, including history and mainly examination, mainly history. Laboratory diagnosis, I think you have discussed in early lecture. So serological test for HIV antibodies, and it's a sandwich combo ELISA, detecting antigen as well as antibodies. Western blot is mainstay. We can detect proteins, P24, P55 likewise. And PCR test to detect HIV antigen also available. But Western blot is the one which confirmatory. And there is a one test, it is immunochromatography, which detect rapid test, which detect P24 antigen. But patient is at a window period, we may not able to detect, so we have to go with Western blot to check their protein bands formation or specific antibody formation against particular antigens. Control, same. Health education, increase route, likewise. Non-tattoo in acupuncture, care in handling, using and disposing needles, other sharp objectives. Here, problem is no vaccination, no chemoprophylaxis is not available. So here, same case finding, health authority, that's venerology lab should be, venerology department should know, and also concurrent disinfection, likewise there. Treatment, there are treatment and antiretroviral therapy is there, but it's complex in all combination of, as resistance will rapidly mount. Drugs are toxic, treatment must be lifelong. A successful treatment is not a cure, although it results in suppression of viral replication. It's about the post-exposure prophylaxis. So taking antiretroviral medication within 72 hours after an HIV exposure, suspecting may reduce the risk of HIV infection by more than 80%. Post-exposure prophylaxis regime is there. You don't want to recall, but following prescribed treatment for 28 days, we have to give. Patients and their sexual partners should not donate blood, plasma, organs for transplantation, likewise, as well as breast milk or human milk banks, because breast milk also mode of transmission. Sorry. Measure for contacts, notification, screening contacts with HIV, health education, no, that's no vaccine. WHO recommends immunization of asymptomatic HIV-infected children with extended program immunization vaccines. Those who are symptomatic, BCG should avoid it. But live MMR, measles, mumps, rubella, and polio vaccines are recommended for all HIV infected. Bacterial vaginosis. That's another disease entity I think you are familiar with. Gardnerella vaginalis. And vaginal changes you should know for features, pH change, 4.5, and also appearance likewise, and also fishy odor. It's there. So it's one of, you can take antibiotic to get rid of bacterial vaginosis, but once developed, frequency of recurrent nature is very high. It leads to PID, pelvic inflammatory disease, and even preterm birth to preterm delivery. So it goes. Flu cells likewise. Lymphogranuloma venerum, that is caused by chlamydia trachomatis. Sex with MSM, it's high. You can see, and also Haemophilus ducreyi, which causes chancroid. It is painless. Sorry, lymphogranuloma venerum is painless. Chancroid is painful. It's painful. Okay. Herpes also painful. Chancre is chancroid. Granuloma inguinale is what I said, it's a rare sexually transmitted disease which is caused by Klebsiella granulomatous. It is painless, red lump on near the genitals, which slowly enlarge, then breaks down into the soap. Non-gonococcal urethritis, which is mainly caused by Neisseria chlamydia. Mycoplasma, extremely sorry. It is mainly caused by Mycoplasma genitalia. That is Neisseria urethritis is gonococcal urethritis. Here, non-gonococcal urethritis, it terms chlamydia and Mycoplasma genitalia. So it also considered as STD. Public lice. So it's a public lice. Also, it is termed as sexually transmitted disease, but it's there. So we use 1% permethrin as a therapy. So you can see this body lice. Thank you.